What's up, everyone? This is Mark Parson, and we are back at it. This should be, notice this is probably about 2 days for me, so the videos are just kind of running together. But for you, hopefully this is a gradual process and steps. So we got the risk disclaimer, as we always do. First thing, you can lose all your money, but you can potentially be very profitable. But understand that forex trading, these markets, currencies, does have risk, and it's actually high risk. And most people who actually trade the currency market lose. Okay, so I just want to let that be known, and just understand that's very important. So I wouldn't trade any money that you cannot afford to lose. Number one. All right, today we're going to talk about literally one of the most important, really, I would say the most important key or topic of whether you're going to be successful or not in this market, really in life. Well, I won't say life, I'll say financially, which I would say how much money you're able to obtain does control a huge part of your life. So, very important. Money management 101. Now, this, I want you to definitely take out your notes and start writing down. Again, who am I? Mark Parson. I played a few years in the NFL, and I've been trading, and I love it. I do it for the love. If I could do it for, if it wasn't even as lucrative as it is, I guess, that would suck, because it's very lucrative. If you know what you're doing, you can take small money to huge money in a relatively short amount of time. So that, that's part actually why I love it. But I just love the challenge also. Okay, money management, very important. So what does it mean in trading? Currency trading. Well, let's go to these charts. Market is the weekend. So understand where everything is. You get the time frame. This you can actually point and see exactly exact price is over there to the right. Go back over to the right. The pointer mouse, so you can click on things. This is all your pairs. See, that's why I like the currency market more than the stock market. There's only a certain amount of pairs that we can trade. So if you can focus on one, master that one, that personality or that cycle, I mean, it's really cool. I just really love it. Oh, the spread. I want to explain the spread. Right now, the market closed on the weekend because the currency market's open during the week, 24/7. I mean, not 24/7, but 24 hours a day. The spread is what like in high volatility times for certain brokers. That's why I like my broker as well. In order to get what broker I'm using, make sure you email me, and I can get you set up. Okay. Great broker, great leverage. That's what we're looking for in broker. Great leverage to be able to take small money to bigger money, and then low spreads. Usually the spread for like the Euro USD is maybe 1 to 2 pips, which that's the commission and fee that goes to the broker, because they got to be able to make their money somehow too. Okay, so that's what that is, the spread. Right now the market closed with a high spread. So understand when the day opens. What time is the day open for the market? The day opens at usually, Eastern time. It's 5 p.m. Alright, it's been closing later now because the time changed. So it's 6 p.m. but 5 p.m. and then that's every day. Okay, 24 hours. Then you got the week. So it closes at for our broker, the broker I use, I think it's 5, maybe 4 or 5. But the point is, it closes for the weekend. Opens back up on Sunday around 5 or 6 p.m. Okay, so it's very important. Know that. Alright, so money management is about let's go back to where I taught you, your volume. And I got a great formula for this, guys. Here's what is very important. Be able to show direction, okay, so where the market's going, and then money management. If you can do these two things, you will be successful. Okay? Money management. Basically, let's say it will be extremely hard. I'll say this. Let's say you put in one position. It would be extremely hard if you got $5,000, you trade at 10 cents per pip, to lose. And when I mean lose, I'm saying like lose your whole account, okay? Trading the Euro USD. It'd be very hard. Let's say you don't even know, you don't have the indicators. I heard Larry Williams say this. He said the point of the indicators, a lot of people have a whole bunch of indicators that are doing the same thing and just everywhere. Very complicated looking. You need to have your indicators that show you each is for one thing, you know, and one unique thing. So that's what we have to show direction. Now, volume wise, let's say you put in one trade, you got 10 cents per pip, which is what? You should know this because you've been studying. 0.01, 10 cents per pip. And let's say the market just totally went, you just put in a position and went against you, and you just held it. It'll be extremely hard to lose in the Euro USD with $5,000 in our leverage with our broker. Number one, and no stop loss. We're not talking about a stop loss. I'll explain that. It'll be extremely hard. Okay? The market could go against you a huge amount of pips before now. I mean, too many. Okay? So just know that. Number one. So understand that. How many, that's the thought process I have. How many pips can the market go against me before I would get knocked out or whatever you decide? Because everybody has different risk tolerance. Alright, so if you say, hey, look, you know what? I don't want to, if the market goes against me 100 pips, I don't want to even risk losing 50% of what I got in the account. That's, you calculate it. How do you calculate it? Well, here's one way. And I actually have the formula, and I really wanted to email it to you, like a formula which you can actually write down. But what I say is account balance divided by pip buffer equals the dollar amount. Okay? What does that mean, Mark? Well, here's what it means. Let's say you have $5,000. Okay? Let's say let's say, well, this is, I'll tell you exactly, this is how I do it. I want to know how many pips, because I'm a little bit, I'll trade a little bit more risky. Alright? Some people set their stop loss 20 pips away. I say that's, you're going to lose every time, I think. You set your stop loss 20 pips away. Market goes against you 20 pips away easily. Alright, even if you pick the right direction. Because it just goes back and forth, fluctuates. The market fluctuates, it goes up and down. Now what we do is we're going to make money going up and down. That's our goal. Alright, so here's what I do. Account balance divided by 500 pip buffer, that's what I usually do. So the market would have to go against me with our trade broker. It would have to go against me 500 pips. Alright, before and I'm usually in day trades and week trades. So for the most part, the market really don't go against me that, it doesn't even go halfway that much. But even if it did, and I'll show you how we can play it through our hedging techniques. But that's how I do it. So let's say $5,000 divided by what volume would I be trading at? Me? I'm talking about me, not you. I'm just telling you. I would be trading at 5,500 pip buffer. That's $10 per pip. Okay? $10 per pip, which is what? I would trade at 1.0. Now, a lot of people don't do this. You know, you got big boys. People like trading at $10,000 only trade at like $2 or $3. And that's okay. Right? But I would do that. I would trade at 1.0. Alright? Which is $10 per pip. Guess what? One pip is $10. You make 10 pips for the day, that's $100. Okay? I mean, for the most part, I average that. On one of my accounts. I have different accounts, and we'll get into how the system works and how, you know, how to stick to your system, which I have a system, and so do my students and friends. And I'll show you each one of our systems, how we do things, but that's how I do it. Now, you may, you know what? I'd rather do a 3,000 pip buffer and set my, stop loss at 100 pips, right? So you enter the trade to know what volume you're going to do. What is it? It's the formula. Account balance divided by pip buffer. That the pip buffer means how many pips it would take to knock you out. And you'll know your volume. And then you can set a stop loss for 100 pips against you. Okay? So if the market goes against you a certain amount, you can set your stop loss. Me, I'm not using the stop loss right now. Okay? And I'm talking about on some of my accounts. And that's another thing. Some accounts are more risky than others. So I trade $1 million. You best believe I'm gonna have a stop loss on there. All right, I'm not gonna tell you exactly where I will put mine, but I'm just letting you know stop loss on that. But it's very far away. Okay, very far away because I'm very confident in how I do my system. Okay, and the market fluctuates. I let the market go against me for a little bit. I be patient. I know how to read the market, and then I know how to hedge against it so I can ride it one way. And then when I see the trend start to bend, then I get out and wait for it to go back in my other direction where my other trade is. So, that's a little, I would say advanced, but the main thing I want you to get out of this is understand that if you trade too high, now here's what I'll give you some stories. I have a friend, he's probably the best when it comes to skill-wise, alright? Skill-wise, he's probably the best, but the only thing is he loses his account all the time. Now, he has other accounts, but he'll turn $80 into about $3,000 in like, literally maybe in 2 weeks, at most 3 weeks. He'll trade very heavy, and I'll show you the strategy that he uses in another video, but then he'll lose that account too. And then he's like, oh my gosh, I got that account up to there, and he loses it. Now, if you want to gamble, then be my guest. That's on you. But I'm here to tell you, it's all about organic growth. If you remember the video that you saw at the beginning of this channel, was about the Fibonacci sequence. Fibonacci sequence started out from Leonardo Pisa, organic growth with the bunny rabbits. Okay? That's what I'm all about. It's about compounding, and it's about organic growth. So it's not even slow. The thing is, if you're working a job, it'll probably take you a regular job a long time to make $1 million or make $20,000. A whole year at least, right? 20 grand, depending on who you are and where you work. Or 6 months or what, working hard at that. This is all about knowledge base, and it's all about patterns, and it's about recognition, it's about how much time you spend watching what I just showed you earlier. So you don't have to trade these high volumes. 50 cents would take you to, I had a guy who in our trading group, shout out to Global Mind Trading, when we first started, he was trading 50, here's the thing about him. He traded with, he was trading 50 cents, and he had a whole bunch of positions in, and that's where he used to battle against positions, because that has to deal with your money management and volume management too. But you would have like 10 positions. I guess I would say he got lucky one day. He set his take profits on them, and he ended up getting